Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first webinar of 2024. My name is Andrew Albers. I will be your host today. Today, we're talking about New Year's resolutions, document management best choices for 2024. And we are specifically focusing on Laserfiche Cloud. Laserfiche Cloud product has been very popular in the Laserfiche community. So we wanted to discuss cloud solutions with you a bit more today. And let's go over what we have for the agenda today. Before I do that, a couple of housekeeping items. Just remember, everybody is muted currently. However, please put your questions into the question box. I will try to get to those throughout the presentation, if not towards the end. If not then I'll definitely follow up with you on a one-on-one basis towards the conclusion of the webinar today. We are recording this session, and we can also provide you with all slides and screenshots upon request. All right, today's agenda. So we're going to cover benefits of moving your document management solution to a cloud-based solution. We're going to cover the newest features and most exciting features up to this point in Laserfiche Cloud that have been released. We're going to talk about Laserfiche DirectShare. If you don't know what that is, this is a very exciting feature of Laserfiche Cloud. We're also going to look at Laserfiche Cloud Records Management, show you how to manage the lifecycle of records in Laserfiche Cloud. We're also going to discuss the Laserfiche mobile app, another powerful component included with your Laserfiche Cloud licensing. Then I'm going to get to a brief demo today. Today's demo is going to be, I want to give you all a general Laserfiche Cloud interface overview, but I also do want to show you Laserfiche DirectShare, show you some of those new features available in that solution. Also show you some of the records management features in the cloud environment, and then also just give you a general look and feel for the cloud environment. So following the demo, we'll discuss some CDI and Laserfiche resources, and then we'll take any questions that are still remaining. All right, fantastic. Let's get right into it. So first up, let's talk about benefits of Laserfiche Cloud. And really this applies to any cloud-based solution because cloud technologies have dramatically shifted how IT departments approach deploying enterprise software. By offloading the traditional hardware and software maintenance required for on-premise systems, IT can better concentrate on delivering high-value solutions. So as we can see on screen, a lot of the currently items that IT is tasked with for enterprise on-premise solutions get offloaded to the vendor, cloud vendor. So it becomes the cloud vendor's responsibility. In this case, Laserfiche. So IT is, like I said, is better able to focus on information governance for the enterprise as a whole, thinking about application development, also thinking about exciting integrations and customizations and technology innovation as a whole. Also able to more focus on user onboarding, so onboarding new users to the cloud-based solution, new departments, providing training for those users, and meeting industry compliance with the solution. So stuff that gets offloaded to the vendor is things like hardware, upgrades and maintenance, network security and encryption, backups and disaster recovery. This is a big one. You know, your IT is no longer responsible or doesn't have to do backups or disaster recovery, so that's a big load off of them. Laserfiche is also managing all the vulnerability for the cloud-based solution, also making sure that the system is fully reliable and available at all times. And another big one is providing all of the updates, patches, and bug fixes to the cloud solution. So that's really another big feature of a cloud-based solution. All right. So in terms of the cost of ownership, well, with a self-hosted system, there are obviously more costs. Definitely more upfront costs because obviously you need to install Laserfiche on a server. So you need to procure server hardware if you don't currently have any server hardware. If you have hardware already, you may need to assign additional resources to that hardware. You may need to install additional server components that are needed to run Laserfiche, like SQL. So all of these things are costly. Obviously, you also need facilities to have your hardware exist somewhere. It just can't be anywhere. It has to be generally in a secured and full server room. So there are also utility costs that go along with that as well. And there's obviously that dedicated IT resource then that has to manage everything, making sure everything is updated, backed up, and running effectively and efficiently. So with the cloud-based solution, less cost, like I mentioned, no server hardware needed, less IT resources. We can just focus on having the Laserfiche subscription fee be paid, the professional services to implement the solution, configuration, training, and support. So the costs for a cloud-based solution like Laserfiche over time tend to be generally lower. So that's another benefit of a Laserfiche cloud solution. A couple points here of why modern businesses are adopting the cloud. One big one is reliability. Another big one is obviously security. Laserfiche Cloud is hosted on AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. So extremely large company, very reliable cloud hosting solutions provider. You've probably heard of Amazon, the company. Well, Amazon Web Services is a division of Amazon. They host Fortune 100 companies and everybody in between. Obviously, very security focused. Another benefit is agility. You can deploy solutions quicker. So in our experience with Laserfiche Cloud, deploying Laserfiche cloud-based solutions tends to be generally faster to deploy, and then in some cases also easier to deploy, right? We no longer have to wait on IT, get those servers set up, configured, all of that IT stuff that's generally involved with an implementation now is no longer needed. Cost effectiveness, as I mentioned, the cloud-based solution tends to have a lower total cost of ownership. Scalability, this is another big one. It's easy to adjust a subscription type license like Laserfiche Cloud. You can go up with users as needed. You could also remove users if, for example, you have less employees now. You don't own the licenses. You're basically paying for a subscription. So it's easier to scale it up and down. Another big one is the automatic updates I already touched on earlier. Laserfiche is continuously updating the Laserfiche product, not only for security, but also for performance and feature updates. And as soon as those updates are released to the cloud hosting provider, they are available for all of the end users on the solution. So this is another big benefit. Updates are automatic and quick. All right, fantastic. So that covered the benefits of Laserfiche Cloud. Let's talk about some of the new exciting features in Laserfiche Cloud. So this is everything new and notable up to this point, sort of Q4, early Q1 2024. And the first item is expanded lookup table limit. So if you are currently using Laserfiche forms and workflow and doing lookups into data sets, it was limited to something like 10,000 rows, which was a big complaint in the user community. So Laserfiche has upped it now. On the professional cloud team, tier, it's now up to 20,000 rows. On the business tier, it's up to 50,000 rows, and you can add up to 100,000 rows in total. So really, this is a big benefit, like I mentioned, to users that are currently leveraging Laserfiche forms frequently and doing a lot of lookups into various data sets, data tables in SQL and other systems and databases. Okay. The other new exciting feature in Laserfiche Cloud is their recently released SharePoint Online integration. So this has been something that's been in the works for a while, and it's finally released, ready to be implemented or deployed by our clients. So this integration is fantastic because it allows you to work within the SharePoint interface and access your documents that are located within your Laserfiche repository. You can not only can you view documents, you can also save documents to Laserfiche directly from SharePoint with metadata applied. So we understand there is a large footprint, SharePoint footprint in a lot of our clients out there, and this just makes it easier to combine two systems and have them work together to make users' lives a little bit easier, allow you to share that information more easily across the enterprise. So this is another fantastic update to the cloud platform. Now let's talk a bit about DirectShare. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you a demo of what DirectShare is a bit later today, but the big update to DirectShare was that now you can enable a one-time passcode to be sent to the recipient, enabling them to enter the password before they're able to access their documents. So obviously, this makes that sharing of sensitive information more secure. You're also able to set a password manually, in a sense, then enabling you to create sort of a multi-factor authentication experience with those two multiple passwords now in Laserfiche DirectShare, the automated one-time passcode, and then also the manually created password as well. So this is a new feature in Laserfiche DirectShare. I'll be demoing that a bit later here. Also, a big update is in terms of the Laserfiche Forms Designer. So Laserfiche is obviously always trying to improve and make the Laserfiche Forms and Workflow Designers more intuitive and easier to use. And they recognize that a lot of things have to be previously custom scripted that were not available out of the box in the designers. So they've recently allowed our end users to have now a drop down for specific rules that were previously needed to be scripted, right? For those rules now, we have drop downs that are featured in Laserfiche Designer, and you can simply select from the drop downs rather than having to custom script everything. So this is another big improvement to the Laserfiche environment, specifically when it comes to Laserfiche Forms. This just empowers your users to be more self-sufficient, able to build their forms on their own rather than having to go, either to an IT person or somebody a bit more familiar with scripting in Laserfiche. So another really good update to Laserfiche Cloud. All right, now let's talk about Laserfiche DirectShare and what that is. So what Laserfiche DirectShare is, and if you don't know, if you have not used Laserfiche Cloud before, this allows you to securely share documents out of Laserfiche with outside parties. So essentially allowing you to securely share a document through a link that gets sent to your recipient. Your recipient receives the link and are able to then access the document that's being shared with them. So this is more secure. Rather than you sending an email with the attachment, you're sending an encrypted link to a recipient. The recipient then opens the document and is able to access the document as needed. Some of the things you can do with DirectShare, like I mentioned now, you can provide that one-time passcode and or password to secure the documents you are sharing. You as the sender receive a notification when the recipient has downloaded the document, so you know exactly when somebody's opened and downloaded your shared documents. You can also disable the links you sent, so if something was sent in error, you can disable that link. And you also have metrics in the Laserfiche audit trail, so you can view information on the documents you have shared. You can view items such as the link status, the date the document was shared, the expiration date, name of the document shared, and whether the document has been downloaded by the recipient. Like I said, I'm going to be showing DirectShare here in a couple minutes live to you all. Laserfiche DirectShare is included with cloud with on-premise system. It's a pretty considerably expensive add-on. So on cloud, it's included out of the box, which is fantastic. All right, let's talk a bit about Laserfiche records management, specifically in the Laserfiche Cloud environment. So Laserfiche records management, this is generally an optional module Even on Laserfiche Cloud, it is an optional add-on. However, on the business tier on Laserfiche Cloud, it is included out of the box. On the professional tier, it is an add-on, but this module is fantastic if you are looking to manage the life cycle of your records. So from the record creation, the retrieval, the storage of the record, and then the final disposition based on the retention. So this module, as I mentioned, is an add-on. This is something where we at CDI, as your partner, we help you implement and deploy this records management module. We don't just install it for you. We at CDI try to make it more intuitive in terms of how the module works. So essentially, we try to automate a lot of the processes that generally would have to be done manually in Laserfiche when it comes to the import of the record into Laserfiche, the application of the retention schedule, the record cutoff, and then the notification when disposition periods have been reached. So we try to set up workflows that allow your end user to just simply scan a record into Laserfiche. The system recognizes the record type, applies the correct retention schedule. Maybe it's a contract that has a retention period of 7 years. It's able to then auto cut off the record for us. By auto cut off, I mean it makes it read only, so that record can no longer be modified or added to in Laserfiche. And then it monitors the retention period. And at 7 years, it will send you an email notification, allowing you then to take disposition actions on that record, whether it's destruction or other disposition actions. That's all done automatically through the workflow once it's configured to function that way. So records management, great module to add to your Laserfiche environment. It is an optional add-on on the professional tier. It is included with the business tier licensing. Really just expands your Laserfiche system. You now can track records, the life cycle of records, and your system is more robust in terms of records management. All right. I think I've covered some of these items already, why you should deploy records management, but let's go through some of these. These are kind of obvious, but obviously with records management, you reduce lost and misfiled documents. You ensure record keeping practices fulfill legislative and regulatory compliance requirements. You ensure records are available for an appropriate amount of time before being destroyed or sessioned. You ensure records are made read-only as appropriate. You're able to quickly locate records that need attention. You can ensure records are available if requested by judicial orders. And finally, you prevent inadvertent or unauthorized destruction of records and ensure outdated or unwanted records are destroyed at appropriate intervals. The last one here is really the biggest one. You don't want to keep records longer than you need to, but you absolutely have to keep records as long as you do need to keep them. All right, so that's Laserfiche records management. Now another very nice feature of Laserfiche Cloud is the Laserfiche mobile app. Laserfiche mobile is included across all of the tiers of Laserfiche Cloud. So this is included as part of the licensing. In order to deploy it, you just have to download a free app, either from the iOS or Android app stores. Free download. You can set it up, very easy to set it up. You just enter in your user information and password, and off you go. So what the mobile app allows you to do is you can securely capture, store, manage, and work with all of your files, photos, videos, documents, and various business processes while on the go. So you can obviously access Laserfiche remotely. Not only can you access documents and records from the mobile app, you're also able to access your Laserfiche forms and workflow processes. So this is extremely important if perhaps you're some kind of a departmental manager, you have to take a trip somewhere, emergency trip perhaps, but you still need to approve maybe contracts. Well, with the Laserfiche mobile app, you can absolutely do that action through your phone. That's essentially on the mobile app. You get a notification when a task is assigned to you. You can quickly access it through the mobile app, approve it, deny it, whatever your workflow is, and then that process can move on to the next person in the process. So this is a fantastic application to use if you are a remote employee or if you're oftentimes out of the office, can't access Laserfiche locally. You can do it all through the mobile app. Another big benefit of the Laserfiche mobile app, it obviously is on a mobile device, which has a camera. So you can take pictures of records or documents with the mobile camera and submit them to the Laserfiche repository that way. So perhaps you have a document that can't be scanned, you don't have a scanner, maybe something super old, legacy type document. Well, you can take a picture of it with the Laserfiche mobile app and send it to your repository that way. Another great use case we've seen is in local government. Let's pretend we are a code enforcement officer. We have a Laserfiche forms process for writing code violations. So we're out in the field, we see that code violation. Well, we can fire up our Laserfiche mobile app, open that Laserfiche form we have for our process, utilize the mobile camera on our device, take a picture of the violation and submit that violation form directly from the field. So the Laserfiche app is very powerful, allows you to interact with Laserfiche while being mobile. All right. So some other benefits of the Laserfiche mobile app, you can organize and categorize information so you find it right when you need it, access files and documents online from your mobile device or tablet. There's also an offline mode. So if you know you're going to be somewhere where you're not going to have internet or mobile internet access from your mobile service provider, you can preload documents into the Laserfiche mobile app in offline mode. So then even if you don't have internet access, you can still view those documents, which is pretty handy for some of our clients. You can also submit forms while being offline. It just means you pre-fill them, and then once you have internet connection again, the system will sync and those forms are then submitted. So there's definitely offline mode capability as well. You can share important files, documents, photos, and videos with colleagues while on the go. And you can approve and review those important documents, Laserfiche forms and workflows, business processes, tasks right from your phone or tablet. So if you are on cloud, you have Laserfiche mobile, you should definitely check it out from those app stores, get it on your devices and play with it. It's a really nice app. All right, let's get into the cloud demo here. So I did want to give everybody a Laserfiche sort of a 101 overview of the cloud interface. And we'll come back to this PowerPoint a bit later. So let's go ahead and open up Laserfiche Cloud here for us. Let me just minimize a couple windows here on my end in the webinar interface. All right, so this is our home page when we first log into Laserfiche Cloud. If you are already using Laserfiche Cloud, you're familiar with this, but this is essentially your landing page with some top-down view into your Laserfiche repository and processes such as workflows and forms that may be running that you're part of that you need to approve. You have your active tasks. So these are any forms or workflow tasks assigned to you that you need to take action on. Looks like I'm doing good. I don't have anything assigned to me currently. Everything's been completed, but if you had tasks, you can access them directly from here. You also have your favorite documents here, so you can easily access your favorited or starred documents, as they are called in Laserfiche, directly from this interface here. So for example, this invoice, we click on that link and we're directly taken into our Laserfiche repository. And that document specifically is open for us. You have that there. You have your recently opened documents here as well. You can run Laserfiche searches directly from this homepage. So let's just run a simple search for the word Laserfiche directly from here. This opens up our Laserfiche client interface through the web browser again, allowing us to then add additional search filters if needed. This is a pretty wide search. It found 364 entries of that word Laserfiche throughout our repository. We can go ahead and add some additional filters here if needed. These are our search filters in our Laserfiche Cloud environment. let's do a template search here. Click template, okay. And then maybe we want to find all of our invoices. So I want to go ahead and select the invoice template here. Scroll down, select invoice, hit search. And this is going to show me everything in the Laserfiche Cloud environment that is an invoice. As you can see, everything with the invoice template is presented here for me immediately on screen. So all of my invoices are visible in the system immediately. Let's go back to our homepage. So I just wanted to show you, obviously, there's a lot more granular search features in Laserfiche. This is not a very granular demo today. I'm just showing you a brief overview of the cloud interface here. You can also fire up Laserfiche forms directly from the landing page, which is nice. So maybe we want to start this form here. We can go ahead and access it directly from that landing page and fill out this form, submit it directly from our cloud landing page. Really, the great thing about the Laserfiche Cloud interface, since this is a hosted system for you, everything is centralized and easily accessible for you. All of the modules such as workflow and forms and records management and audit trail, everything's accessible directly from within the cloud interface here. So which makes it really nice. One centralized interface. So let me walk you through a couple of these other views of our Laserfiche Cloud environment. Wanted to show you what we have available under repository administration. So this is our web-based interface for managing our Laserfiche Cloud environment. Under general, we have various settings for our environment for searches, for sticky notes, version tracking, watermarks, redactions. Again, this is not a training webinar. I'm going to just go through this super briefly. Under users, this is where you manage your users and groups of users. So if I select the user, myself, I can see what global rights I have, or general rights I have, and then we can get more granular into specific feature rights and privileges this user can perform in the Laserfiche environment. So we have that in our cloud interface here under the administration section. We have our metadata management. So this is where we manage all of our templates, all of our index fields are managed through here. So if I go under templates, I can see all of those templates residing in my Laserfiche Cloud system. We worked with the invoice template a minute ago. Let's go ahead and select the invoice template, and we can go ahead and modify this invoice template if we needed to do that. So we can add additional fields to this template. We can add dynamic fields. We can also change security as far as who can access or modify this template. So that's all very granular as far as what we can modify in our Laserfiche Cloud environment in terms of templates and metadata as a whole. We can also assign or create our tags in Laserfiche Cloud here as well. Under the records section, so this is where we can define our records retention properties. If you have the records management module deployed, this is where you would go to set up review cycles for vital records. Through workflow, we can automate these review cycles. So like maybe something has to be reviewed on a yearly basis. We can set up a workflow to notify you every year to review those vital records. Events, these are specific to record cutoffs. So we can set up our cutoff events. Locations, this is where records are stored. If, for example, we're storing physical records, but we want to store the metadata that goes along with those physical records in Laserfiche, we can notate where those files are actually being stored here. Here's where we set up our cutoff instruction. So this is where we make records read-only. There are various cutoff instructions we can set up. And then we can apply or deploy our retention schedules. So for example, maybe we have a contract and it's a 7-year retention schedule. So this would be our 7-year retention schedule here, where we can go in here and then configure it based on what needs to happen for that 7-year retention period. We can also then set up our cutoff instructions here, and then the disposition actions as well. So just a real quick overview on the Laserfiche administration console here. Wanted to show you where everything is. Again, everything is centralized in Laserfiche Cloud, super easy to access. Did also want to show you the audit capability here, which is really nice. Again, this is all centralized for you, so you don't have to go looking for it. It's right here. You can run Laserfiche audit reports directly from the interface here. I have a few saved ones here, so I'm most interested in deletion. So I can see everything that's been deleted in the system. I can go back as far as I need to. Maybe I want to go back 30 days here. Let's take that up to 30 days. Click apply. And there we go. We have everything that's been deleted in the last 30 days. We know exactly what user did it. We know exactly what time it was done. And then the path. So what document, what folder and document was it? So auditing is very powerful in Laserfiche, easily accessible through the Cloud Administration Console. So that was deletions. We have a ton of other event types we can audit on or run audit reports on. Another good popular one is, let's go under export and print. So we can see everything that's been exported out of the system. You may want to know what's been shared through DirectShare, what's been printed, who exported a briefcase out of Laserfiche. So you can run these reports and get those immediately presented to you. From here, you can save those. You can download it to yourself, or you can actually even print it from here if you wanted to do that. So Laserfiche Audit Trail, this is all built into Laserfiche Cloud. Another really good feature of Laserfiche Cloud. You have Audit Trail if you have Laserfiche Cloud. It is an optional add-on if you are on the on-premise solutions. One last additional item I wanted to show you here was the process automation tab. So this is where we build all of our Laserfiche. Oh, I need to log back out and log back in. I'm apparently here. Sorry about that. Okay, solutions template. There we go. All right, we're in here. So this is what I wanted to show you all. This is the really cool part of Laserfiche Forms Designers. So basically, these forms are pre-built by Laserfiche, and they are available to be deployed here. There is no fee for this. You basically come in here under Solutions Template. You can select the industry you're in. So let's pretend we're in government. And we can go ahead and select some of these pre-built forms. So let's go ahead and look at one of these. Which one sounds good here? Fire inspection. So there's a fire inspection form and business process somebody's already built out and made available for download. And you can absolutely download this to your Laserfiche Cloud system and deploy it a lot easier because some of that hard work's already been done for you. You obviously do need to customize it based on your specific business process, but your form is pre-built, and these are just simple plug and play solution templates into your Laserfiche Cloud environment. So I just wanted to show that because that has been really popular with clients. All right, fantastic. So let's go out of our admin interface. Let's go into the actual cloud folder interface here to show our documents and records in the system. So this is our Laserfiche Cloud demo environment. In the left pane, we have the nested folder structure. So all of the folders in my system are presented here. In the middle is our contents pane. So this is any of the folders and their subfolders, and then the actual documents and records that reside in those folders. Then on the right side here, we have our metadata pane. I did want to point out that you can actually use the Laserfiche thick client interface with Laserfiche Cloud, which is really cool. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here. You know, because a lot of users, they've been used to using installed client applications pretty much their whole life. So the switch to a web-based interface may be a little too jarring. So you can definitely still use the Laserfiche thick client interface with Laserfiche Cloud. So I wanted to show you how you do that. It's basically a simple login here. I don't have single sign-on turned on, but if you did, you'd be obviously taken into the repository. But let me just log in here really quickly manually. This is just a little segue here. I wanted to show you what the client interface looks like for cloud. So this opens up in the Laserfiche thick client, same exact folders, but you can now work with Laserfiche Cloud through a client interface, an installed application if you prefer. You know, there's obviously users that prefer to use the web-based interface. We also have users that maybe do a lot of scanning, a lot of heavy-duty imports, exports. They still prefer a thick client interface. You can absolutely use it with Laserfiche Cloud. So just a little segue here. I'm going to close out of that. And in here, I wanted to show you DirectShare. So let's share a document out of Laserfiche through DirectShare. I'm going to go into my test folder here and just pick a random document from here and share it through DirectShare. Let's go ahead and just share the sample PDF document. So once you select a document or documents and you want to share it, rather than sending an email, you can do it through DirectShare. So we'll go up here and click share. This will open up the Laserfiche DirectShare dialog box where we can select our specific settings for this DirectShare event. So we can put in who are we sharing it with. So we put in an email address here. You can put in your little message, please review. Thank you. The cool part with DirectShare is you can set an expiration date period. So for example, you want this link to be active for only 3 days. So you can go ahead and set it for 3 days. And here's that new feature I mentioned earlier, is enabling that one-time passcode to making that share a little bit more secure. By enabling this, what happens when our recipient goes to open this and download this document that's been shared with them, it's going to ask them to enter a one-time password, which then also is emailed to them in a separate email. I'll show you what that looks like. If you want to do that MFA level security, you want to create your own additional password, you can go ahead and do that here. I'm not going to do that here. And then when you hit send, this is going to share it with our recipient directly out of Laserfiche. It bypasses your email client. You don't have to send any email. It's shared directly out of Laserfiche. So if we go to our Outlook client here, we'll notice a couple emails have been sent to us. So we as the sender, we get a confirmation that the document has been sent or shared successfully. Our recipient gets that email to be able to download the documents that have been shared with them. So our recipient gets this nice little email with a link to get their files. When they click get your files, it's going to prompt them for that one-time passcode, since we did enable that. So they'll have to go back to their email, and we'll wait for that one-time passcode to be sent to us here, which should be shortly. There it is. We can go ahead and enter that one-time passcode. Hit submit, and there you go. Now they're able to download the document that's been shared with them. So there's that. You as the sender in Laserfiche have a additional dashboard for shared documents here. So if we go under shared here in our left column, this opens up the DirectShare dashboard, allowing you to view everything that's been shared by you and with who. So you have metrics here that you can then run through the audit trail. So you see what documents who it's been shared with, what the current status is of that link. Has it been disabled? Is it still active? When it was shared, when it expires. So the one we just did, it's a 3-day expiration. So there you go. What document has been shared? And if it's been downloaded by the recipient yet, you can view that here as well. So this one obviously hasn't yet. The other neat feature here is if you want to disable this link, maybe you saw something in error, you can immediately disable that link by going into the top right corner and disabling that link. Click OK. This link is now disabled directly from the Laserfiche interface. So this is a quick overview of Laserfiche DirectShare. Super neat and easy way and secure way of sharing documents with outside parties. You know, you may have those business cases where, like I said, it's a sensitive document. You don't want to send it through email, but you still need to share it with somebody. DirectShare is the perfect solution for that. So that was DirectShare. I did want to briefly also show some of the records management and what that looks like in Laserfiche. I did show you how to set it up, or the configuration panes of it in the administration console. But I did want to show you what records look like in Laserfiche. So you can see this is a record because it has a different symbol for our folder. So this is sort of like a folder looking symbol here, or a record folder. So we'll navigate to that, and I'll show you what a record looks like in Laserfiche and what those properties for that record look like. We're here really quickly. So I'll go under tax documents. I'll go under 2017, and I'll just select this sample document here. What I want to show you is the records pane here in Laserfiche Cloud. So this is the records metadata. We have the life cycle presented to us here, so we can clearly see when this record was filed into the Laserfiche system, when it was cut off, and when it's eligible for destruction. So this one is obviously way past its destruction eligibility date, so we can go ahead and destroy it here if we wanted to do that. There's additional record information here, such as the location, the status, the cutoff instructions, and then the retention schedule is here as well. So this is a view into when you store records into Laserfiche. This is what that view looks like. You can destroy records as needed after they're eligible for destruction. But we at CDI, we try to write workflows to automate a lot of these manual steps here. So like I mentioned in the PowerPoint slides, we can write workflows to automate the input of the record into Laserfiche. We can automatically apply the retention schedule here. We can then automatically do the cutoff, making that record read-only when it's ready for that. We can do that through workflow. And then we can send you a notification when the disposition is reached. So you can then destroy that record from Laserfiche. So quick overview on Laserfiche records management and Laserfiche Cloud. Really powerful solution there if you do want to manage that life cycle of records in Laserfiche. And finally, I did want to show you all a simple Laserfiche workflow that anybody can deploy in Laserfiche Cloud. It's basically an auto-file workflow that makes inputting documents into Laserfiche a bit more intelligent, rather than your end user having to go and create a folder for our new document. If it's a new folder that needs to be created, we can have the system workflow do that for us automatically. It can rename our documents automatically for us, and it can also apply metadata. So let me show you what that looks like. I have an incoming folder here. There's currently no subfolder here, but my system is going to create a subfolder here based on the record type that I import into this intake folder. So if I go to the intake folder, I can actually drag and drop directly into Laserfiche Cloud. So this used to be a feature just in the Laserfiche thick client. You can now do that in Laserfiche, the web-based interface as well. So if I go to my sample documents, I have a very generically named PDF document, super random name. Everybody's got something like this on their desktop, but we're going to use workflow to rename this document for us, categorize it with correct metadata, and put it in the correct folder structure for us. It's going to create our folders for us automatically. So let's just drag and drop it in here. And we're not going to do any tricks here, just going to hit import. And this document will get processed here by the workflow. So when it's ready, our refresh button here will have a little dot next to it. So we'll click refresh. You'll notice this document has been moved here. This has been processed by the Laserfiche workflow. So if I go up a folder, you'll notice now that I have an audit folder, because the system, it recognized the document type I dropped in as an audit document. So I told it to create an audit folder because I don't have an audit folder here yet. So it creates that folder. And then I told it to put my audit by year. So it creates the year subfolder. Then I told it to go by month. And then I told it how to name the document. So it's going to follow our naming convention. So you'll notice it's correctly renamed my document that I dragged and dropped into the system, rather than obviously storing this, random name. We have it now per our naming conventions. But then also, if we select this document here, we can go under the details pane. Under our fields here, we have the metadata applied as well. So it applies our template for us. The document name gets filled out for us in our template. And then also the document type gets filled out for us in our document template. So I just wanted to point out here that these little auto-file workflows are super simple to deploy, but they can be really powerful because you can train it to recognize various document types and make your end user's life a little bit easier to bring in documents into Laserfiche, whereas before they have to obviously create folders manually, rename documents, apply metadata manually. We can do a lot of that with workflow, and on Laserfiche Cloud, the workflow engine is included. So you have access to it under the professional and business tiers. So you definitely want to leverage the Laserfiche workflow as it is included with your license. Okay, so that concludes the demo here. I did want to go back to the slides to give you some CDI and Laserfiche resources. Let's go ahead and do that now. Let's see if we have any questions. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I don't see any there now. Oh, there is one question actually. Let's take that question here. Is cloud price per user space? Let's see, it's hard to read that here. Yes, cloud is priced per user, per full user, we call that in Laserfiche. So anybody that needs to access Laserfiche in full user capacity, that means somebody scanning, importing documents, modifying metadata, that's a full user license. And each of those people need to have a license to use Laserfiche Cloud. There are less expensive participant user licenses. Participant user licenses allow you to have read-only access into the Laserfiche repository, but do allow you to be able to submit or approve an electronic form. So participant license is a little bit less expensive than a full user license. Then we also have a public portal type license, which is just outside read-only access into Laserfiche. This is generally used by government agencies like a city that wants to provide public access. They would do that through that public portal. All right, so that's a little bit about licenses. Some of the resources I wanted to mention: CDI client portal. If you are a CDI customer, please sign up to our client portal. That's where you can submit support tickets, monitor support tickets, sign up for trainings. We do free trainings, Laserfiche trainings, every other Tuesday. So if you're not our client, you may want to consider becoming one, because we offer free training every other Tuesday through our Laserfiche Platinum Certified Trainer. Our email address here for our consulting services department is there. Our YouTube channel library. This is where all of our webinars are posted to. We also post a lot of exciting workflow forms, training type videos, all on our YouTube library. Fantastic resource. You can access our blog. Obviously, you know how to sign up for monthly webinars, but the link's there as well. And then also do sign up for our newsletter, please. Laserfiche resources. So these are through Laserfiche. There is their blog online available through the Solution Exchange. You can register with Laserfiche for training courses. They're called Aspire or CPP training courses. You can earn certifications to be Laserfiche Gold or Platinum certified. If you are a client of ours, we can definitely provide you with some free passes to take some trainings. So reach out to us. If you're not a client, again, maybe consider becoming a client. We can help you get certified. You can also access Laserfiche starter guides to get started with Laserfiche. If you are new to the system, there's a lot of cool guides, white papers, how to leverage not only Laserfiche as a whole, but some of the individual components that are part of the system. Solution Marketplace link is there as well. This is where you can download various business processes into your Laserfiche Cloud environment or on-premise environment if you are on-prem. And then also a link to Laserfiche Answers. So this is a Laserfiche forum online. You can interact with other Laserfiche end users, Laserfiche developers, great user community. So that's the resources here. I don't see any other questions. If you have any lingering or follow-up questions, please reach out to me on an individual basis. I'll put my contact info here on screen. There it is. So if you have any follow-up questions, please let me know. And I did want to thank you again for joining today's webinar. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.